Hello friends, so welcome to my channel, and this is the second video of the FortiGate training video series. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how the connectivity of EVNG device and the local PC first, before going into the FortiGate configuration, because I think that is needed to understand, because in real world we it is different scenario, and in this lab setup it's a different scenario. So we have to understand that first, how the connectivity in this lab, and how the connectivity will be in real world. And then second, I will talk about what are the deployment modes in networking. So here, uh, uh, there are two deployment modes. One is transparent, another one is NAT. So I will be talking about that as well. And then we will configure a policy to connect to the internet as an initial and configuration in the FortiGate. So guys, let's start the video. Okay, so before I move on to the next part, I request you to subscribe to my channel if you find valuable something, and also hit the bell icon as well for to get notified in the future videos. Okay, so before I start demonstrating the firewall interfaces and go into the configuration, I will show you what actually this topology and how this works first, because we have to understand this, because we are in a lab environment, and in the real world environment it is bit different, right? So here, this is a basic topology I created. We have our FortiGate here, and we have a switch PC, and this is I mentioned as internet, which is the outside world. But we have to understand that we are in a virtual lab environment, and let's suppose this is this we are in EVNG, right? So let's suppose this is the EVNG machine, okay? And we now this EVNG machine is hosted or installed where it is installed in VMware workstation, virtual machine, right? So this is inside this VMware. So we have to understand this first, because okay, so now this VMware is hosted in our local machine, and this is our local machine. Okay, let's suppose this is a PC here. Okay, so now what we have to understand is, no, if this firewall FortiGate, which is inside this EVNG machine, wants to connect with outside internet, the actual internet, let's say Google. Okay, so how this uh, connection will be happen? So it will happen like this. So this now this should get a IP address. So now you know, when you are connecting to the internet, you have a Wi-Fi router, mostly in at home, right? So let's say this is the router that I am having here. Okay, so our ISP router will assign us a uh, IP address, a private IP address, right? Let's say this is the network interface card of our local PC. Likewise, this EVNG machine should communicate with network interface card, and that interface card is the network interface will be this VMware workstation machine's network interface. So there's a network interface, and mostly when we configure uh, EVNG machines, when we install it, it will get the network interface card, which is VMnet 8. That is the most common interface card. I will show you what this is. Okay. So now you can see in EVNG we got IP of 192.168.11.128, right? It is in the range of 11.128. Now because of that, uh, I I have enabled DHCP to this port, right? And we got the IP address of 192.168.11.131 from DHCP. So from DHCP, so it is in the same range. You can see that is why this firewall is able to communicate with the local PC, right? It communicate not with the Wi-Fi router directly. It communicate with our local PC. From the local PC, that request is going through our local PC network interface card and through Wi-Fi, and then to the internet, right? So this is the communication that is happening inside this lab. But and I will show you this VMNet uh, interface card means. So if we go to our VM machine and go to edit, and there's virtual network editor, and if I open that up, okay, yes, you can see here this is using NAT, right? So VMNet interface card, and it has the IP subnet of 11.0, right? So this is the interface on this VM virtual machine. So that will be the interface card for EVNG inside that virtual machine, right? So that is what I want to explain. So why I explain that? Because let's suppose now let's suppose now this is the real world topology we are looking at. This is the real world organization, let's say. So here, uh, if this is the real world organization, we are looking at a topology in organization. So from here, this will be WAN, right? And this will be LAN. Okay. So how basically commonly in real world, when an organization wants to connect with the internet, how basically that happens? So we have to get uh, normally we get a broadband connection from the ISP, right? From the ISP we get a broadband connection, and from broadband connection we assigned to our outbound port, right? Uh, an IP from DHCP. Okay. From which DHCP? From the ISP's DHCP server. That's how we get an IP address to this. So this will be a public IP address, right? And uh, and so why we are going with this approach? Because it's very cheap. It is the cheapest approach we can go. Let's say we want a public IP address that to our organization. Okay, unique public IP address, and for that we can also get that, but it is very expensive because we have to pay for the public IP address. So most organizations go with this uh, assigned DHCP broadband connection from the ISP. So let's say from the ISP, we got via DHCP we got this IP address. Okay, and how this PC in the LAN. So how this PC in the local area network inside our organization connects with Google. Okay, let's say this PC wants to connect with Google. So what happens is, let's say in our local area network, uh, our IP range goes like this. Okay, and this has uh, let's say 12 IP address, right? Okay. So what happens is, now if when this wants to connect with Google, this sends request via the switch to the FortiGate, and from the FortiGate, it's via the ISP's gateway. Okay, let's say the ISP gateway is this IP address. So this will be the ISP's gateway. Via the ISP's gateway, it will send our request to the outside world, outside network, right, internet. And after that, when it receives that through the gateway, and ISP knows our IP address, assigned IP address is this, and it send that request to FortiGate, and FortiGate knows where to send that, right, to this IP. So so what is this process called? So this process called actually NAT. Okay, so this is the NAT uh, deployment mode. So here our FortiGate is acting as a router, and it is doing the routing, and it is also doing the policies as well, policy deployment as well. So basically firewall is responsible for policy deployments, and which is allowing or denying traffic uh, based on the predefined rules, and also URL filtering, and all sorts of policy based things. And also here it is doing the routing thing as well. So that is what called NAT and NAT deployment mode. So this is the NAT deployment mode, and in most cases this is the uh, in real world as well, this is the uh, 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 infrastructure that is going. And let's say this is a huge network with a large organization with uh, more users, right? So in that case we cannot go with this method. Why? Because it will be a huge burden for this FortiGate to handle when because it will be a performance issue, because it has to apply policies, and also it has to do routing as well. So it will be a huge burden for this FortiGate. So in that case, what we do? In that case, we will put another device in between router and the ISP connection. That will be a router. Okay, so here in this topology, routing will be done by router, and only the security things, policies, and application rules will be handled by our FortiGate firewall, right? So this is called the transparent mode. So this is called transparent mode, and this is the two deployment modes in the networking. So that is I want to clarify before we go into the FortiGate interface and configure the ports and policies. So I hope you understand this concept as well. Okay, so let's go into the next part where I configure and where I demonstrate you the FortiGate interface and options there, features there, and a quick run through, right? And also I will configure the ports, and we can let's see, we can ping Google, reach to Google from the FortiGate. Okay, so now I'm gonna work through a quick demonstrate on FortiGate, and then I will uh, we will configure the ports, and also then we will try to communicate with the internet as well. So now here this is the dashboard, right? We are in the dashboard, and we are in the status tab, and here you can get all sort of information about the device, right? So here we have system information, we have host name, serial number, and the mode NAT and uptime, and also here we can get the license information, right? And also we can see CPU utilization, memory utilization, sessions, how many sessions right now. So this is all about this device, right? and and if we go to security, so here we will get all the security related things. This says for client detected vulnerabilities, or scan summary, threat detection, and all sort of security information we need in these tabs, and we also can add tabs, right? We also can here we have uh, advanced threat protection statistics, so we can add based on our needs, right? And here the network, and we can see here the network information related to this routing, DHCP, SD-WAN, VPN, and all sort of stuff. Users and devices, the devices and users connected to the firewall and Wi-Fi. And so for the view sources, where from which sources we get the traffic and destinations and applications that users are using, for the websites, for policies and sessions. So all this whole thing is about the dashboard, right? And this all includes the information we need to check when if when we need it. And that's pretty much it in the dashboard. And if we go to network and interfaces, here we get the full view interface view, and here we get our device, right? And you can see this management port, and we only enabled three ports here. But in EVNG we enabled 4 ports, right? We enabled this has 4 ports, but in actually in the device we only get 3 ports. So what is the other port? It is the management port. So it's EVNG identifies management port as the port 1. Okay, so that's something that we should be aware of when configuring, right? Okay, so let's uh, let's configure the ports, right? And here uh, now to the let's assume now we are not in a lab environment, as I said in the previous section that so let's say this is actually we are connected to the ISP broadband, okay, and forget about the this private IP addresses, okay, forget about that for now, and it is connected to port 2 in EVNG terms, which is actually the port 1 in FortiGate. So this is the port 1, right? This is the port 1, and let's go to edit, and you can see port 1, and let's name this as uh, outbound, right? And the role we can set as WAN, and we can leave this blank. And here we addressing mode, we put it as DHCP. As I said earlier, this is the option we are going, because we are enable this retrieve default get from the server. So from where we get this gateway IP address, so we are getting this from the ISP's DHCP, so we are retrieving from that. So it assigns an IP address for us, so it is this, right? And it has subnet mask of this. uh, so if we are having a public IP address dedicated for us, so we can go to manual and set it up, right? So that is one thing you have to remember. And then pretty much that's it. And also uh, distance and override DNS. So administrative access. So we enable everything, uh, HTTPS, HTTP, and ping, and yeah. So that's pretty much it in the uh, interface that we should configure towards the internet, right? And okay, so we uh, configured that, and now let's uh, then now how do we connect to the internet? So for that we have to have a static route, right? So we are just telling that uh, our firewall, when we want to connect to the outside world, just go in this way, right? So for that we go to, in this tab we go to static routes, and then we create a new role. So here now let's select our outbound port we just configured, right? And we select that, okay, and then put this to dynamic. And you can see it got the IP address that port has been assigned through the DHCP of the ISP, right? Uh, and uh, and there are advanced options as well. The priority, we can set it up. Don't want to do that now, and just press OK. And we created a static route, right? And now we should now in the topology. So we just created this static route. So we are just telling the firewall if something outside of our network, which is this is the IP range in our LAN inside network, and we are telling FortiGate if any request comes to outside of IP range in our uh, environment, just send the traffic through this port, right? So that is what we just configured. So now we need a policy for this. So let's go to policy and objects, then firewall policy. Here, let's create a new rule, right? And I will name this as uh, outbound. And what is the incoming interface? So incoming interface will be port 3 in EVNG, right? Uh, but in FortiGate terms, this will be port 2 actually, right? Incoming interface will be port 2, right? And outgoing interface should be this, right? And source, let's say all, and destination, let's add all. And we have to, and services also just configure all. So we are accepting the uh, traffic in this role, right? And here we configured that we the NAT is used, and yeah, this, and we can set some antivirus, web filter, DNS filtering, IPS, right? We can go to that and we can configure those, and let's just say okay. So we have created a new rule as well. Now also when we go to interfaces, port 2, right? Now port 2 should be configured as uh, in this IP range, right? Because uh, we are telling our PCs to identify this FortiGate as the default gateway for the inside network users, right? So because of that, we go to port 2 in port 3 in EVNG and go to edit. And here we are selecting manual, right? And we are giving the IP range see 1.0.10.1. Sorry, I hit enter. And okay, so we just configure that, and let's give this LAN, right? And we have to allow access for ping and SSH, right? Okay, so here we created our inside port, right? And we give the this IP address as the IP of that inside port, and let's set okay. Okay, so now we configured, right? We configured this port, we configured this port, and we configured a static route to where the traffic should go when if that is not in the um, in our LAN network. Okay, so let's now go to do a ping test, right? Execute ping. Let's ping to Google 8.8.8, right? And you can see we are able to ping to the Google, right? So we are now uh, pinging the reaching the Google from the FortiGate, which means from here to here. What is our target should be, we should able to access from here to Google or any other network. We should get access, right? For that, I will show you in this part, enabling this part in the next video. Why? Because I will show you how to create VLANs, right? Let's say this is a use a PC, and let's say there is another printer. Let's say there is a IP phone. So how do we manage those? I will show you in the next video how to configure Cisco switch as well with according to VLAN. So I have not configured this switch. Okay. So because of that, we will not able to access, right? So in the next video, I will coming up with the all those topics that you should having to connect from inside to the network. So I hope you understand the concepts, and you have learned something in this video. And please, I request you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified in the coming videos. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.